welcome to the Next Guy Up podcast. It is Messing Around Mondays, and today we have an exceptional amount of messing around we're going to be doing. We have a couple of pretty incredible things coming at you. We have a press release, so we're going to talk about a couple of big news stories of the week. And we're also going to do a few corrections on last week's press release after we received a good bit of pushback on that one. And we are going to do, I don't know what the name of this segment is going to be, but it's like a blind ranking of some fair things. It's fair season out there, a couple big fairs around. And so we thought it'd be fun to rank some fair things. It's summertime. And so then we're going to wrap up with a draft of some more fair items. We're drafting some fair food, some fair events. I think it's going to be a fun day for us. A lot of messing around happening, you know?
It's a Monday full of messing, which is the only way I can accept a Monday. I can't go into the week without starting us off just messing around.
You wake up on your Monday morning, you're like, oh man, I got to go to work today. You open up your phone, your podcast app, and you see that Next Guy Up logo right there waiting for you, you know, with that messing around Monday to lighten up your Monday spirits. That's what we're here for, you know? That's why we do what we do, for the people.
Always for the people who very quickly called us out on a few of the things that happened. So the joys of podcasting are we're not live, so if things change before we can, I don't know,
very quickly,
post an episode. Whoops, I suppose. I don't know if anyone's ever had a double hitter like we did last week.
It was like as the news came in over the weekend, we recorded this one pretty early. We were on Saturday night because we had a couple of things. Our draft, it was our fantasy draft happening on Sunday. And literally, it was like everything we talked about was just getting like thrown out, like as we were receiving news. So we had to start off with the Musk and Zuckerberg fight. Tragically, has been canceled. Musk was ranting about it. He said Zuckerberg pulled out because he wanted to fight a real competitor. Who can blame him? He's actually training. He's in super good shape. Has been working out there, and Musk is like, it's pretty fat and doesn't know how to fight. I mean, what are we going to do? Like, so I think it's a lose-lose for Zuckerberg in this situation. And so I respect him saying, hey, we're going to do this. I want to fight someone who actually knows what they're doing. But a bummer for all of us out here who were looking forward to that fight.
So we're going to start it then. Give him Jake Paul. Jake Paul can fight.
Yep, Zuckerberg, give it to him. Jake Paul. Let's start that one.
Let's start that one up. We're starting the trend. We're trending on X, Twitter
Actually,
X.
Right now, Messin is calling out Mark Zuckerberg.
You're scared if you don't go against Jake Paul.
No, you're calling him out, Messin. Like,
oh, you want me to fight him?
Big names in the world of social media: Messin, Trentel, Mark Zuckerberg fighting.
All right, let's get it. I'll do it.
Hard. Yeah,
I'll do it. I'm not even kidding. You know who had a lose-lose? We did. Because we had a whole segment dedicated to this, and we analyzed it, went over it, and it's never going to happen. But that's okay, because we're going to have Jake Paul versus Zuckerberg now.
So while we're at it last weekend, another bummer, we accidentally shut down a long-standing Cookeville restaurant somehow. We literally mentioned them on our show, and then days later, like one day,
the same day that we posted the episode, Monday morning episode comes out because it's time to mess around. It's Monday. By Monday night, Mini Burger has shut their doors after 50 years of service to the Cookeville area. I mean, what? Were they scared? Was that what it was?
These guys are going to come and eat so much food.
What happened?
As soon as we announced we were trying the challenge, they turned around and said, no, we're done. We're out. We're shutting our doors for good. They will never do this challenge.
I mean, the timing was impeccable, right? They've been open for 50-something years, and the one day that we mentioned them, nope, not anymore.
Where I emphatically say I'm not only am I going to try the challenge, but I'm going to beat it. It's a guarantee. We're going to put it on YouTube, and then so that's fun. I look really dumb now. That's all right. We're gonna find a food challenge.
We already found one in Nashville that and we're not going to name it because once we name it, then they're going to shut down as well.
Put on notice.
We're not going to say anything, but we have one that we're keeping an eye on. I think we're going to do that one because it's a team one as well, right?
Yeah.
So Zach and Tins could do it, and I could just banter and not be miserable and just record them doing that because I would not be able to contribute maybe like 5 or 6 pieces. But this one
Listen, you contribute. You have to eat some, then go take a nap for a little bit, and then you come back.
That's right. That's how I do it. Yeah, you're right.
Take a nap. I'm so hungry right now. I need to eat.
It was ranked as like out of 5 stars. I think like easy level. I think it was like a 4. So that's a good first food challenge. Good. I think. Yeah, and just a good starter. You know, it had a lot of stuff on it though. It was like a ton of meat. I wonder if we can get without pineapple because neither of you like pineapple on your pizza, right? I think so.
Good. I do it for the fans.
He would do it for that's how much he loves the fans. You know who doesn't love their fans? Zuckerberg, because he called off the fight. But you know what? We love the fans.
He's a coward.
Because we'll eat pineapple on pizza.
It's very true.
That's how dedicated we are.
Well, we're hoping our press release segment this week doesn't go as badly as last week. We have a couple things coming at you, a couple big topics. So let me start off this one. I saw this. This is a short one. I just wanted to shout it out. I think this is actually instead of Mason doing what I'm doing too today, and this is my second. I saw a picture today of Vanderbilt's football stadium currently. I know this is Mess Around Monday, not our sports segment, but I had to bring it up because Vanderbilt's doing a lot of messing around right now. Listen, we're 11 days from kickoff whenever we're recording this at Vanderbilt Stadium. I think it was 11 days.
Yeah, for week 0.
And they demolished like half of their stadium. I want to understand why you wait all of the off season to do this right before the year starts. Like, are you just giving yourself an excuse as to why your like team is bad? I don't understand, but their stadium is in shambles. And why they didn't do this like 4 months ago. So then by the time the season starts, you have a nice new stadium to look at and be like, hey, come watch this game. Beg people to come in to your brand new stadium. At least you might have a few people come in just to see what the stadium looks like, even though your team is terrible.
True.
Is this not like spot on what they would do? Yeah, it is. It's like spot on what they would do, right? You would look at some and you're like, oh, I'm shocked that this team would do this. Not with Vanderbilt. They're in shambles just like their team and their whole college is. So
could you imagine Tennessee just being like, oh, sorry, guys, we just lost 20,000 seats because we decided to do some construction here. Like, that would never happen. That's insanity.
I mean, Vanderbilt's literally had since. I mean, they didn't play in any bowl game. They could have been doing this for a long time since the end of last season. What are we doing here?
It's been 7 months since they played any football.
And they decided 11 days before, now's the time to start destroying things.
I mean, it's kind of a moot point because they're not going to fill up the stadium anyways. I mean, let's be honest, they're not going to use all the seats. So maybe it doesn't matter for them. Maybe they're just like, nah, it doesn't matter. We don't even need them. Which is true.
And they got people talking about them like we are right now. So maybe it was a smart move.
Hype being generated for the Navy football program.
First time in a really long time they've been talked about, and it's because they demolished their stadium.
It's funny.
They need all the funds they can get.
What do you got?
All right. Well, sticking to something that gets talked about a lot on this here podcast, we're going back to food, boys and girls.
I'm shocked.
We're shocked. And it's another new item. Today, Chick-fil-A announced that on August 28th, they will be beginning to sell the honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich.
Heck yeah.
And the caramel crumble milkshake. Now, if you're not, the milkshake sounds fire. The milkshake, come on. Who doesn't like caramel? Who doesn't like crumble? Who doesn't like milkshake? You know, I mean, I'll eat one. I'll try anything at least once. I'm not the biggest pimento cheese guy. I'm not going to go out of my way to eat it. but they're doing the new biggest thing in food is hot honey. Just in case everyone wanting to know, hot honey is the next big thing. Well, they're mixing. It's a hot honey pepper pimento cheese sandwich. Sometimes too much of stuff ruins a good thing. I mean, the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich was drafted in the first round last week because it is a staple in the fast food community. I'm down with you putting some pimento cheese on it to mix it up every once in a while. But what are we doing? Why are we drowning this thing in hot honey with peppers in it and pimento? I mean, it's just a lot. It sounds like a gut bomb waiting to happen.
Say that name too fast, like 5 times too fast.
I can't. I had to think about what I was going to say.
Listen, I'm excited. I am a pimento cheese guy. I do love some pimento cheese. And I'm excited. I think Chick-fil-A usually doesn't mess with their chicken sandwich too much. They do a lot of other stuff, but they don't usually mess with it. And so I think for them just to step out and do this, it must mean they got something good on their hands, something hot, and I'm excited. So I'm going to be trying this. I'm anticipating some long lines at the old Chick-fil-A. Maybe we'll bring a live on air. We'll all try it on the air one day, and we'll give you a review of the new Chick-fil-A sandwich. That'd be fun.
I'd totally be down for that. I like pimento. I haven't had pimento cheese in a while, but I'd be up for it at least one time. See what the hype is about. So, but the caramel, is it caramel or caramel, by the way? But
it's caramel. It's caramel. I'm not from here where you guys don't like to pronounce words and use all the letters in the words, but it's caramel.
Well,
I do agree with Tins. I feel like
it sounds pretty good. Go ahead.
Sorry, Mason. I feel like hot honey is the new thing. I feel like salted caramel was like the thing for a long time. You know, that was like salted caramel everything, which is good. I mean, I do enjoy that flavor.
Mm-hmm. Hot honey, it's very popular like on pizza.
Wendy's has a lot of hot honey stuff too, like the hot honey.
Their breakfast sandwich, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
what's gonna be like the new flavor trend, like buttery ice cream or something? Like, what's gonna be the next like weird, like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Well, who better to start brainstorming than the next guy at podcast? You know, maybe we need to hop on one of these trends before they become a trend.
We need to be like Mr. Beast to come up with our own line of like food. You know.
Yeah,
we're basically Mr. Beast.
Pretty much. If you have any suggestions, shoot them over to us. Now, once you send them over to us, you are verbally agreeing that you are sharing your intellectual
you're turning it
property
over
with us.
Yeah.
And we will immediately trademark it. And if you try to sue us, we'll counter sue. It's a whole thing. We got a team of lawyers. So
we have great lawyers.
I wouldn't mess with us. But send us some ideas. We'll throw you a bone. Maybe.
Could be.
All
right, last press release. This has actually been all over the news. And it's kind of a weird story. I'm sure people have heard of it. This is coming from the movie The Blind Side, which was hugely popular whenever it came out. We all saw it. And I mean, it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed the movie. Sandra Bullock is in there, obviously. The story of a football player who's in high school, who's kind of in a rough home situation. Michael Orr gets taken in by a well-to-do family, takes care of him. All of a sudden, he starts going to a good school, gets his grades where they need to be, and lo and behold, ends up in the NFL, eventually playing football. Great, heartwarming story of the love and kindness of others and how they come in and help. And then it comes out. Michael Orr comes out this past week, and he says, psych, I received no money for this movie whatsoever. Just a pretty wild situation. Could you imagine a movie being made about your life? Like we make the Mason Trentle movie, and then you receive $0 for it?
That'd be pretty insane.
I feel also, how does that happen? I don't even get it.
I did hear an interesting interview with the younger brother, SJ. And he's defending his family, of course, but apparently, and there's a counter lawsuit now from the family that Michael waived the rights of getting money from the movie, and that they didn't receive that much movie for their name and likeness. Like they received like $60K or something like that. It's definitely a very weird situation because the movie, like Michael Orr said that he originally didn't want anything to do with the movie because he didn't like the way they made him like seem like they portrayed him. He's like, yeah, I'm not dumb. Like the movie makes me seem like I'm like a dumb kid. And like Michael Orr was already a highly recruited player before he went to go live with the Tuohys. It was just a situation where they took in a guy who was already a 5-star recruit and got him into their school. And this is before NIL. So, you know, who's to say there's two truths to everything? Everybody has their own story. But I don't know. It's very, very interesting. It's like blowing up a lot.
Yeah, they didn't take in the scrub like fourth string like offensive lineman from the high school. They took the 5-star guy who's going to the NFL, you know.
Yeah.
Also, show me a movie that is based on a true story, and I'll show you that movie is not based on true, or not 100%. Every movie is fluffed.
Wow.
Every movie has changed. Like, first of all, I'd like to point out two things. The Mason Chernow movie is coming to a theater near you in 2025.
I'd watch that.
And the second thing is that I heard these people that are absurd that I want to know their name, and I want to get you on this podcast so that I can just bash you and talk about how crazy you are. And that is the fact that they want to say that Sandra Bullock needs to have her Oscar taken away from her. First of all, are we talking about how many movies out there are fictional that almost like all these movies are fictional? She did not know a thing. And if she did, then so what? There's people that have Oscars for worse things, but keep her Oscar because she just did a fictional movie now. Even if it is fictional, who freaking cares? Like, why are we going after her? Let's go after the real people.
After these people.
Well, $300 million was made off of this movie. How about the people that have $300 million from this movie that only gave the family $60 million? How about those people, huh? I'm so livid right now about that.
How about Neymar making $300 million on its new soccer contract?
But, I mean, let's cut Sandra Bullock some slack here, okay? Just get off of – I don't even know what we're doing. I'll fight you. I will find you, and I will fight you. That's what it is. But I'm getting off topic a little bit.
Is on it.
There's stories on top of stories when it comes to this whole thing. It's a he said, she said. People's got Michael Orr's like text messages that he was going to blackmail. So nobody is safe here, okay? Everybody's in a lose-lose at this point. It's a losing situation. I don't care who you are. If you're SJ, if you're the family, if you're Michael Orr, if you're Sandra Bullock, everybody's losing. That's all I got to say.
I've never seen Mason stand up for someone like he just stood up for one Sandra Bullock right there. Mason is a rider guy, huh? He's the president of the Sandra Bullock fan club, apparently.
You will not defame Sandra Bullock on this podcast. He just said
he will fight people over Sandra Bullock. That was awesome. I mean,
thank you for that.
It is. I will say it is kind of it is interesting all of a sudden to come out after your successful NFL career, you know, and then just kind of throw this in like, what the heck? I didn't make any money. Like, I don't know if he just like
what. Well, yeah, no. Fun fact
made this happen. That's what I want to know.
Fun fact: his lawsuit became public the day his book released. That his personal book. That
makes sense.
That's about all of this. So I don't know. You tell me.
People do that, you know. They wanted their book to sell, and they have a memoir, and they'll drop something like hot in it, like one little thing that they're just like, "We got to put this in there so people are going to buy it and read it." I mean, it worked. Its name's all over the place.
There's reckless speculation that he's running out of money. There's also nobody knows, and it's going to end with us not knowing the true story. Like, it's going to end with somebody getting money under the table, and then it's going to just go away. And that's what's going to happen.
So this came down to Mason said he's against Michael Orr.
I never said that.
He is full on the side of Sandra Bullock and the entire Tuohy family. Is that where we ended up with Mason's argument?
I think so.
I said Sandra Bullock. I never said. I said that they're both. I said that the Tuohy family and Michael Orr is in the lose-lose. They can't. Even if the Tuohy family did get a lot of money and Michael Orr didn't, that's a lose for them. Like, why would they? Like, he's got 50 billion Taco Bells and KFCs. Why does he need more money?
Yeah, I was gonna say we might need to be careful slandering the Tuohys. They are the Taco Bell empire in the South. So
shoot. Yeah. We're trying to get that sponsorship locked down still.
He might be our guy. So
what are we doing here?
So Michael Orr, you are wrong.
This changes everything,
Your boy did teach you how to block. You never knew. You didn't know what you were doing. She taught you. You protect the quarterback, just like you did little SJ in the car.
I believe that happened full. 100% of it happened. It's basically like a hidden camera in the car when the real thing was going on. That's what was on the movie. That's what Messin wants.
He stopped the airbag with his arm, didn't he?
Yeah.
They were singing a song. I don't remember what it was. I just remember SJ like dancing and making funny faces, and then they run into a car. That's why you shouldn't dance and drive.
Messin, top 3 Sandra Bullock performances, go.
Yeah, come on.
Oh my, you just put me on the spot.
You're her number one fan. You're out here trying to fight people for her.
It's true. You're right. All right, number 1, Blindside.
Very good.
Number 2, The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh,
number 3,
classic.
That's a good one. I'm not looked at my phone, by the way, and I'm killing time.
This is impressive stuff, Messin.
Number 3, Bird Box.
Oh wow, nothing. Classified bangers, all 3.
That's good stuff right there, Messin.
Thank you, everybody.
That was impressive.
That list was free. You didn't pay for that at all, so you're welcome. On the house.
Not in a single explosion in any of those movies, so impressive stuff there.
The airbag exploded, so
that was it.
You're wrong.
That scene, that's true. That's the only scene you remembered.
Good stuff.
All right, so we're doing a new segment today. We're kind of transitioning out of press release into our. So we're trying to figure. We're just throwing out some ideas for today's episode, and we decided that to level on this kind of fair idea. There's lots of fairs around the state right now, and fairs are awesome. We all enjoy going to the fair, and so we're gonna do kind of 2 things with the fair. The first one is a new segment. We've never done one of these before, and so I'm gonna give you some rules and stipulations for what this is gonna look like. And here's how it's gonna work. I am going to throw out one at a time 8 different fair rides.
Wow.
As I go, you have to. There's 8 of them. I started making there's 7. Sorry, there's 7 fair rides. As I started listing them, I was like, oh, I can't not include that, and I can't not include that. So I just kept going. So hopefully we're all familiar with these 7 types. I know we call them different things, so I'll explain what they are and stuff. As we go, they're going to blind rank them. And so what that means is they are going to put them 1 through 7, and they have to agree on it. They're working together. So they have to work together to figure out what place they want to put each of these as we go. And it's called blind because they obviously have no idea what the next one's going to be. So it could be something they really like, or it could be something bad. We don't know. So that's why it's the blind ranking. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah,
we're ready.
All right. So 1 through 7, here is your first ride. It is going to be the classic of all classics, the Ferris wheel.
Ooh. Now the Ferris wheel is a classic. It's the best ride for if you're at the fair with your high school date. You slip the carny $5 and say, hey, make sure I'm stopped at the top.
Yes.
Oh boy. All right.
Love it.
So
well, here's the thing. So far away, when you pull up onto the fairgrounds, that is the first thing you see. That's iconic in pictures, like paintings, anything of the fair. And I'm not a fan of fair food combined with these horrible, like jerking you around type of fair rides, and the ones that make me sick. So this is high on the list for me.
Okay.
I feel like
it's at least a top 3 for me.
It's got to be a staple. Like, I'm gonna go 2 because we need to save that 1 spot, right?
All right,
2 or 3.
Yeah. I like it. I like it too. So let's lock in the Ferris wheel at 2.
Okay. I was curious where that was gonna go. This list ranges from very mild rides to some pretty intense rides. So we're gonna see how they feel. Tinsley, not a big roller coaster guy. Famously.
Not a big roller coaster guy.
Rode 1 roller coaster and he really didn't have a good time on it.
I almost died. I feel like my heart was out of rhythm for like a week. I've never been more stressed in my life. I'm a very easygoing guy, very chill until you put me on a roller coaster, and then I'm screaming the whole time, and it was not fun for anyone.
So that might impact this list a decent bit.
I've seen I've been around tens for over 10 years, and I've never seen him in a state like that after it was like a tens I've never seen before. He was just kind of,
we kind of peer pressured him onto the ride, and I felt bad after because he really didn't enjoy it very much. So
yeah, he was struggling. He was on the struggle bus.
I have to walk around the rest of the day and hang out, and I don't know what else. I don't know what I did. I just was on my phone.
He doesn't even remember where he was.
You bet baseball. I remember that much.
Yeah, that's probably
feel better. All right, that's number 2. Okay, next up, change of pace a little bit. Let's do this one. The Himalaya. You familiar?
Yes, I am.
It goes in a circle. There's loud music. You go forward a bunch, and then you go backwards a bunch. You know what I'm talking about?
If you have a crush on a girl or vice versa, and you're in high school, you want to get on this ride because it basically slings you into the person next to you. And if you're on the outside, then the person gets slung into you.
It's impossible not to.
Yes. And so you're just like, come on, girl I have a crush with. Let's go on this ride while they play loud music. And
very loud.
You're just being like, the person's basically sitting on you at that point. So, I want to still put this in the middle because it's one of those things you still think of. You still think of this ride when you think of the fair.
So I like 4 or 5.
I want to go 5.
Go 5. That's right. Yeah,
I still think we have some that need to go in the front. We'll know when there's some that needs to just be pushed in the back. We got 7, right? 7 of them.
When you know, you know.
5. Okay.
We'll know when they get pushed. Go ahead.
Okay. I like it.
I feel good.
Love it. Let's do this one next. Okay. Let's do the Gravitron.
Ooh.
Okay. Gravitron, if you're not familiar, is that's what it's called. I'm using the names I'm familiar with. I know they're called different things, different places. This is a ride that it's kind of shaped like a UFO. You get in, it's in a circle. It literally just spins around in a circle on the inside. And so as it spins faster, your body gets pushed up against it, and you kind of like are floating on the sidewall because of the like centripetal force.
So the whole science behind it when I was a kid blew my mind. I think I actually got on it because it's like people would sit up on the wall, like you'd sit on it while you're like sitting on a wall, and that was kind of like one of those. But it gave me a headache. I get super hot and red in the face. I did not feel good afterwards.
I always smelled like puke in there because I feel like people throw up a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of throw up in the Gravitron.
How does it work with the DJ guy that sits in the middle? I always wonder, does he not feel the force to be pulled to a wall? Like
he's right in the center. He doesn't.
And he's a Jedi.
But also it's like 90 degrees in there too. It's just like truly disgusting environment.
I'm gonna be honest. Let's just put this at the end or second to the end. 7?
I don't know if there's a ride worse.
Well, he might list one, but let's go with. So here's the thing: if we find automatic 110s, we need to take it because I feel like the very last one we're gonna save it for 1, and it's gonna be something that is hot garbage. So if we see the one, we need to take
like that.
He is sneaky. I wanted to point that out right now. We need to make sure. I'm almost wondering if we should put Ferris wheel at 1, but it's fine. Well, it's
too late now.
Too late now. All right, number 7.
Number 7, Gravitron. Get out of here.
I like it. All right. Okay. Very interesting. Let's see this one next, and then we got some interesting ones coming up. This was always a crowd favorite. There's a version that's at Dollywood, in kind of the fair section. I know it by a couple of different names. I'm gonna call it the Scrambler. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay, so this one, it's where you're in like carts with 2 people. And it's pushing you around, so like, you go like around the circle in like a pattern, and then it's one of those similar to Himalaya where you're kind of pushed toward the outside, like you're getting like bumped or like bounced around the inside of it, and then you're going. It's pretty like classic fair carnival.
Yeah, it's like the teacups at Disney World,
similar,
but extreme.
Similar to teacups, yeah. It's pretty spinny, for sure.
Not a big fan of the spinniness, or the jerkiness. So I don't know, Mason.
So here's the thing: I would put it behind Himalaya, but we put Himalaya at 5, and if that's the case, it would go 5, 6, and then 7's already. And now we're just basically looking at our.
So you want to go 4,
where it's better than Himalaya? Do we think this is in the same realm as Himalaya, or it could be better
Yeah,
than Himalaya? It could still be. It's actually. Well, go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't know if there's any more, like, there's anything that's going to be super, like, better than this. So it's not that bad of a ride, but it's definitely not bad. Like, there's worse. There's Zach has something over there that's so bad that we're gonna immediately.
I didn't pick anything horrible. I really didn't. It is. I think Scrambler is a middle of the road ride. I think it's fun. I think it's nothing special. You're never gonna be like, that's my favorite ride, but it is like a nice, like, enjoyable ride.
We should probably put Himalaya. The only thing is, I've been on the Himalaya and it hurts your hips. Like, you were. Yeah, it's well, you're just being like slammed up against the wall. I feel like this is more enjoyable. You're not going off of that hurting, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Let's go lock in 4 there.
I like it. Number 4.
Middle of the road. I think that's fair. All right, next. Okay, let's do this one. Yeah, let's do it. We have the bumper cars.
Oh, bumper
That's a good
cars.
I like that one.
That's good family fun. Like back when we were a country and we could just all have fun together and just chill out on the bumper cars.
It's something you actually have control over, where the other ones you just sit and you're just vibing or chilling.
Right.
This is high on my ranking 10s. I don't know.
It's also.
Well, go ahead.
Here's the thing about the fair is the carnies are the ones setting up these rides. There's no chance of this thing falling apart while you're on it and you tumbling to your death.
That's true. That's true. You can have a fire, I guess, maybe.
Fun fact: when we were in middle school or high school or whatever, I was with my family, and one of these things, it was like the zipper, one of those that go in like a circle. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but a carny jumped up on it while it was moving to screw in like a bolt or to like fix something on the ride as it was moving.
Checks out.
So this is like a safer. This is like unless the ceiling collapse on you. Which have you seen some of the people that put these things together? But this one is not. This one's a chill, and you actually have control over what you can do, who you can hit. If you have like some high school kid, I'm giving it high school because I haven't been on a fair ride since high school. But if you got some kid that you saw in your class that was a bully, you're like, oh, I'm going after that kid for revenge.
Got him.
So
sounds like a plot to a Disney movie.
Sandra Bullock haters, watch out.
I'm going 1 here, everybody. How do you feel, 10s? Is this a consensus 1? I feel like it. First was like a 1A, 1B. Yeah,
I think it's a good pick.
1. He's going to give us something really dumb here in a minute, and then we're just going to have that one spot open. I'm waiting for it.
All right, next. We have 2 left. So far we have Bumper Cars 1, Ferris Wheel 2, Scrambler 4, Himalaya 5, Gravitron 7. So you have spots number 3 and number 6 open still.
Oh, we gotta be careful.
We gotta go.
All right, so there's 2 left, and I'm gonna say this one next: the carousel.
Oh.
Once again, though, that's a safer, chiller. Like you can.
But it's super lame.
We went on a carousel. Tinsley's daughter went on a carousel at the zoo.
She did. Because she's 5.
I can eat. See, here's where we're gonna.
Got him.
I feel like when we're in high school, if you get on the carousel, you're getting made fun of.
Well, that happened a lot to me in high school, so I was kind of used to it at that point. But
maybe, maybe just because I was a jerk in high school. But
you were the one that made fun of me in high school. But that's aside the point.
We're friends now.
I don't know if he actually made fun of me. You probably did. You didn't say no. You didn't.
High school 10s was a tool bag, and we don't care about him.
I will say that I'm gonna, in my personal ranking, I'm gonna put this one high up because I'm all about the food. So I'm gonna eat my funnel cake, soft pretzel, corn dog, and a fresh squeezed lemonade. Dang it! I listed off some food already.
Wow,
What the heck?
You're tipping picks.
But I'm all the food. Give me all the greasy food, and then you can just get on the Ferris wheel and chill. You're not having to worry about throwing up. So this is definitely going to be a 3 for us, or a 6 for us. It's going to be in the back of the rankings. Yeah, let's put it at the back.
But
yeah, it's got to be at the back.
Okay, but that means whatever he's about to give us is a top 3.
But what if it's something really good and we have to put it at the 6?
I was going to put these in. That's interesting. I wonder if I'd made the order different, how these would have fallen in. It would be interesting.
Let's put it at the 6.
Okay, so that means let's talk to 6. So that means number 3 is your last pick, which means the last ride we have chosen for today is the I don't know what name everyone gives for it. I know the name I'm most familiar with is the Ring of Fire.
Oh, I hate you.
You don't like the Ring of Fire?
So
I like the Ring of Fire.
I think a lot of fans will like this one. If we put this up on a graphic, I think people are going to agree with our graphic. I think they will.
So Ring of Fire, if you are unfamiliar, is it's literally a ring. It's just a circle. You get in a car and you ride up the circles. But the thing is that it kind of starts off pretty slow. And then you kind of get stuck at the top a couple times, and it goes pretty fast. And so you're consistently just going in this circle in this car. It's like going through the loops in a roller coaster pretty much over and over again. But then you also like stop at the top, and you're just hanging upside down. It's one of the more intense rides. Mason referenced the zipper. I didn't include that on my list, but that's more of like you're in a cart and it's flipping over constantly, which is pretty terrible.
So I did see
some high entertainment value there.
I saw this video of where they were up at the top and somebody threw up, and then they came down to the bottom and the throw up fell on top of the van.
It's regularly like soaking wet in those cars because they just hose it down when someone throws up in there. It's pretty off because they eating fair food before you know it. Then you eat fair food, you get on the ride, and then it's throwing. Yeah.
So here's the thing. Would you get on that ride and have throw up for $100? $200,
sitting and throw up, or like
what just happened in that video where the throw up happened from the sky? Well, okay, I will say
it's horrible.
We were talking about it when you drive up as a kid. Your parents are driving up, and you see the fair from afar. The Ferris wheel, which is our number 2, and then the Ring of Fire, which is our number 3. Mm-hmm. Those are always in pictures. That's always like the 2 things that stand out. I feel pretty good about our list.
Definitely, it definitely fits good on the list. I just personally hate it, but I'm not the guy for rides. I'm just
That's true. Let's run our list back, and then we'll move on to our last segment because we're running a little bit short on time. So here we go. We have Bumper Cars number 1, Ferris Wheel number 2, Ring of Fire number 3, Scrambler number 4, Himalaya number 5, Carousel number 6, and Gravitron number 7. I think it's a pretty good list. About it. I feel pretty good about that too. Not bad. That could have been much worse.
Love it.
There's some good strategy there.
Yep.
All right, so we are coming into our last segment of the day. We have a pretty epic draft coming at you. We are drafting some fair items. So let's talk about this draft really fast. Same as always. It can be in any order you want to. You just have 5 slots to fill. And here are the 5 slots you are filling. 1 savory food. That could be anything not sweet in my book. It could be whatever you want it to be, truly. You have to have 1 sweet item. That would be like a dessert type, sweet type. I know that some things might go, whenever you start frying things, the savory and sweet dichotomy gets a little bit mixed up, but there we are. 1 drink of some sort. I think that might get a little bit messy too because of some definitions of drink possibly, but we'll see when we get there. 1 event. When we say event, we're thinking about like things you'd watch in the grandstands. We're talking like things that you sit in the grandstands and watch. And then 1 wild card. So this wild card, we haven't done one of these before, but I think for wild card, it can be pretty much anything you want to include that you think is notable about the fair. Something about the fair that you really enjoy, something that you always look forward to, a wild card of the fair. All right, how do we feel? We good?
We're good. Let's cook.
Let's cook.
So wild card can be like anything that you just listed off as right?
Pretty much anything you want. If you want, if you have an extra dessert you want to throw in there, if you have something else, I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Are rides open for the wild card? I know we just talked about rides.
Sure. I don't care.
Okay. All right.
For event, does it games also include event or no?
I think games falls more in the wild card category. Prop, like if you're talking about like.
Yeah, I got you.
I think events is more of like tractor pull
Something
or
right.
motos cross racing or whatever you're picking.
I got you. Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Okay,
Please don't go first. Please
Mason,
don't
go
first.
first.
So Mason is on an absolute like. What's the opposite of a heater? First overall
ice cold,
picks,
baby.
He is ice. He's truly thrown away like 3 number 1 overall picks in a row. I don't even know how he's done that. It's pretty impressive.
Mason got 0 votes on our last.
What?
Mason, what was your number 1 overall pick? Do you remember?
Orange chicken from Panda Express.
0 votes on the gram.
That was bad. That was bad pick.
I got comments on the Facebook.
That's true.
Throw that in there. All right, perfect. All right, Zach.
All right, Tens, what's your number? 1 through 3.
2.
Mason.
1.
I'm 3 then. All right, first overall pick is 2 Tens.
Dang it. All right.
Then 1 Mason. And I am rolling in at number 3 on the turn. All right, Tens, you got number 1 overall. What do you got?
All right. So when you think of the fair, the number 1 thing there for desserts is the funnel cake.
I knew it was going.
That's a great pick.
You have to take funnel cake. Where else can you get a funnel cake? I'll tell you, nowhere good because it's only good at the fair. So, I mean, I'd have been a fool to do anything else other than take funnel cake right there.
One place you have a good excuse to eat a funnel cake. Like, a funnel cake is such an incredible, like, it tastes so good, but, like, no one's going to make a funnel cake at home. Like,
you don't have enough dirty grease at home.
It's true.
That's
restaurants
the ingredient.
Actually, they have it at Zaxby's right now. Have you seen Zaxby's funnel cake?
It's garbage.
Let's imagine it's good, but I saw it on an ad.
Morgan got one. It's garbage.
Only good place you can get one. Top good pick.
It always tastes better at the fair too.
Yep.
You got the sugar on the top of it. It's fire.
Also, if you wear a black shirt to the fair, first of all, it's 1,000,000,000 degrees out there. It's always dusty, and you're eating your funnel cake, and you get it all over your black shirt. So for all those pros out there, don't wear a black shirt.
Wow, what a great 1 of 1 right there.
Thank you.
You were gonna say
you did not fumble the bag.
Oh, I was just going to throw out also that I'm glad this is going to be our very first episode live on our YouTube because Mason's hair is awesome right now. That's all I had to say. That's all I was going to say.
I was messing with my hair because I was in shock of like that it was. I wanted it.
Mason, what were you going to take 1 of 1?
It was going to be the funnel cake.
I don't believe
I actually was going to take it.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all.
You're thinking. Never mind.
Don't say anything. All right, my pick is up. So I'm going to go, when you think of an event, it's the most popular of any fair you go to. It's always slam pack on Saturdays. It is insane. And it is the Demolition Derby.
That's what I was going to do, Mason.
There's always a fight. There's always something on fire. It's always top notch. It's the best thing there. And hands down, it's got to be. There's no other event that is better than this one, and I'm so glad I locked it up. So, give me Demolition Derby.
Attaboy.
Oh, man.
Yep.
He just had to get out of that 1-1 spot.
I really thought that was going to be there for me. Oh, man. That's really messing up some strategies there.
That's tough.
That's a great pick, Mason. Love the Demolition Derby.
He had a feeling I was going to mess it up, and I thought I was too, but I'm back.
He's back, baby. He's back.
Like I never left.
Oh, boy. Right. Man, with Funnel Cake and Demolition Derby, that really threw some things for a loop for me. Let's do... Shoot. I don't like any of this now. Nothing is good anymore.
You can do it, Zach. I believe in you.
Okay.
He's doing it.
Let's go savory. And I'm going to go corn dog.
Yep. That's the top savory right there.
I think, the reason why it's so portable, no one wants to be sitting down at the fair and like have to find a like a table to eat at because you got like messy. Like there's some other savory things I could throw out there that would be in that messy category. Corn dogs are easy. They're literally designed to be portable for you to be able to walk around with them, eat it, not messy. I think it's an easy pick. It's not ultra heavy on your stomach like some other things might be. And so corn dog savory. There it is.
There it is.
Good one. Love it.
Thanks, everybody.
So we gave out drink, and it is probably the hardest.
Lost the snake.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no! Dang it!
Drink,
I swear.
That's crazy.
Oh no!
What happens in a snake is if you pick last, then you get to pick first the next round.
He took too long. He's over here throwing me off with his pauses in a podcast where you can't have pauses. He's like, wait 5 seconds.
Those were my first two picks I wanted, and both of them just left the board so fast. Now, I was not expecting it, to be honest with you.
Go ahead, Zach. I got lost in the snake.
I was thrown off for sure. Okay.
I just
gave
it to him. Go ahead, Zach.
Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna steal Mason's pick just for fun.
You don't even know what I was gonna pick.
We know what you were gonna pick.
In the drink category, lemonade.
Are you freaking kidding me?
We knew you were gonna.
I think it's a soft category. I think there's not a lot going on there. I think, and so drink. Nothing washes down a corn dog like a nice big old glass of the fresh squeezed lemonade from the fair.
At the very end, think about what you were going to pick if I didn't do that, and I want to hear it at the end. Don't say it now because it's going to throw everything off.
It was Mason, I'm allowed to like lemonade too.
You said I'm just picking it because
you stole my Demolition Derby pick.
You don't have a monopoly on lemonade, sir.
Okay.
Just because you can't drink anything red.
Okay, so now it's my turn. And I am going to go. So I feel like the savory is kind of so I think it's limited in my opinion. You got a ton of sweets, and there are tons of like savory, but how good are they,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely going to go with, because me and my wife get them almost every year and they're pretty good, I'm going to go with the soft pretzel with cheese.
Pretzel's great pick.
I love a soft pretzel. I go to Sam's all the time and get one. I know we're talking about the fair, but I'm a big soft pretzel guy. So I'm going to go with soft pretzel, locking it in, salted soft pretzel with the cheese. Tens, you feel kind of meh about that one.
Great. No, that's good. That was where I was going to go. Since you did that, I have no reason to take savory. You've both taken it, and the rest of the options,
that's true.
They kind of suck anyway, so we'll be saving that for the end. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do something a little wild. I'm going to go and pull the wild card here with my first here in the second round. And I'm going to go with people watching. Yep. That's my favorite thing to do at the fair. You're just you see people from all ends of the city. You've got the people that come out only to go to the fair each year. And then you've got people that are, a little higher class, a little snooty tooty, and walking around in the dirt just like the rest of us at the fair. You've got the guys fighting everywhere. It's a collection of people.
People trying to like make out behind, like in the grossest possible conditions.
Right. There's puke flying around off rides, and you've got high school couples that are finally allowed they're not allowed to hang out. They're meeting at the fair.
Yeah.
They're dropping them off to hang out with their friends, but they've snuck off together and they're making out behind the ring of fire. So
that's a good one.
I'm gonna go on people watching.
Ring of fire.
And then that's my pick right there.
That's a good one.
And then for event, I'm going to go something that I have no clue about, but it seems like a big deal. People make a big deal of it, and it's the pageant. Everyone seems to care a lot about being the fairest of the fair, as they call it in Cookeville. It's a big title, it gets you a lot here in this town. So you become Cookeville famous if you become fairest of the fair. So I'm going to go with the pageant right there.
Okay. That's an interesting pick right there. I didn't think about that one.
My sister was in the pageant, and it is a huge turnout. They go crazy for the amount of work that they put into it, and then there's a lot of people that go to the pageants. So,
what the heck?
Getting choked up over here, so emotional over the the fair. So this is live, everybody. We do not cut anything out. All right. Is it my turn now?
It's your turn.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna go sweet here because I do think that there's no other drink option. You can't do anything with the drink. I'm gonna go with deep fried Oreos with my sweet. He is in shambles.
You are dead to me. What? How have you stolen all of my picks? Oh my gosh.
It was Zach. That's on you, dude. That was risky leaving. I
should have taken that. What was I thinking? I wanted to steal something from Mason. I thought it'd be funny. Now look what I did.
So deep fried Oreos. No. First time I ever had them, I was like, "Wow, what have I missed out on my whole life?" And if you haven't had them, you got to try them. They're delicious. Deep fried Oreos, locking it in. I'm sorry, Zach. Sorry.
Oh. They're very close to funnel cake. Like it's 1A, 1B to me, and so that's. I only took funnel cake because it looks better on the graphic, probably. Shoot. Dang, Zach might finally lose a draft. Everybody,
this is not good. Okay,
good about my list.
Yeah. Shoot. Okay. I'm going to go event, and I'm going to go rodeo. I think there is something to the cars and the demolition derby, and that's my favorite too, probably. But the rodeo is something a little different because stuff we don't get to see all the time. You get to see whenever they come out, and there's some parts of the rodeo if they're just like prancing around, it's whatever. But then when they start like lassoing the cows and they start like tackling stuff, riding around on and like doing the barrel racing, that stuff's pretty cool. Stuff that's different, and it's a pretty high octane environment. So I'm going rodeo for event. I'm just gonna lump all that together. I don't know if that's a thing, but what we're doing. I'm the last one taking event, so here we are. I guess we are going dessert. Shoot, you suck again.
Yeah, I don't know where you're gonna go. Okay. I'm interested.
I'm also interested. I have a couple of ideas. Here's where we're going. This is a little bit wild. It's a little bit out there. I'm going Dippin' Dots. Here's the thing.
Oh no, you suck again.
Okay, I got sniped. I think it's a good pick. When it's hot outside, ice cream is hard at the fair because it's so hot it just melts like instantaneously. Dippin' Dots sticks around. It's a little bit nicer. It's a little bit easier to hold and handle. It's a cold, nice treat, unlike the other fried things that have been introduced on a nice hot night. You want something cold, want something easy though. Dippin' Dots. You got a bunch of money from your parents, burning a hole in your pocket. You're a middle school kid. You're gonna go get some Dippin' Dots. That's my pick.
Oh no,
that's a fine pick, Stans.
I don't even know if I think. Fine. I don't even think I think of Dippin' Dots when I think of the fair. I'm sorry, Zach.
Lemonade, Mason.
You know what? Fried Oreos, Zach.
I know.
So sheesh. I got two picks left, right?
It's tough goings out here.
Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out if this actually is gonna work. But I'm gonna try it and see for my drink because this is what you drink it as well, and it's gonna be a snow cone. If it gets rejected, I shot my shot.
I almost took it. That was my second option to take in dessert. Or in sweet. I almost took snow cone.
In sweet or in drink?
You eat that with a spoon.
You drink the syrup at the end.
So I don't know what to go here except for sweet tea like I did my last. There's no other good drinks. We need to step up our game, the fair. So I'm going to go I can't think of anything. Tens has a look on his face like he's about to forget something, and he's gonna say it. But I'm gonna lock in a sweet tea. I'm gonna do it. Sweet tea.
Wow,
I
great
still
pick,
got my
Mason.
wild card. Thank you. I got nothing else.
Big tea
I
guy.
think everybody loves
Big
a
tea
good
guy.
sweet tea. Big tea guy.
Sure.
All right, locking it in. Go ahead, Tens. Remind me of what I forgot drink wise.
Yeah, so you forgot that at the fair in the concession stands they got the big old icy machines.
Wait a minute. Icy
the
and snow
slushies.
cones are different.
He said no snow cones, but you want ices? You do drink it with
Icy's
a straw, I guess. I guess
drink
that is
it.
the distinction.
You just drink the when you get a slushie
Is
at
a
the gas
milkshake
station.
a milkshake a drink?
We could
You drink
argue
that out of a
but it's-
straw. This whole drink thing got me thrown off a little bit.
I'd let you pick a milkshake, but that's just me.
What the? I would have picked one if I'd known that.
I think
thought that was a sweet. That's obviously a sweet. Fans, we need to hear from you.
I think we need like a fan. We need a poll that's like, is a snow cone a drink? Is an icy a drink?
But this is a
milkshake
slushie.
a drink?
It's a slushie. It's like you know what? At Sonic, when you're on the app and you're ordering, where's the slushie at on the app?
Where's the snow cone? Where's the snow cone at on the app?
I feel like snow cones and slushies are pretty similar.
All right, fine. You guys win. You win this time.
I'll let you have it if you give me snow cone. That's my deal I'm making.
I will allow either of these to happen.
Yeah, I'm not letting you get snow cone. That's
agree,
not a drink.
I'm here.
Okay.
I fully stand that a snow cone is a dessert that you eat with your teeth.
That's fine.
All right, fine.
What you got? You got to pivot a little bit here.
I'll take the greatest soda the world has ever seen. Give me the biggest cup you got of the Dr. Pepper.
Baja Blast?
No, they don't have it. It's only at Taco Bell, unless you're going to some real fancy fair. So give me that Dr. Pepper, ice cold Dr. Pepper to wash down my funnel cake and my fried pickle. The big fair pickles, you get them fried.
That's your savory?
That's my savory.
Oh,
you can walk around with it. You got the juiciness from the pickle with the batter from frying it. Oh, it's a combo. It's something, all right.
Fried pickle. There you go.
So here I waited on my wild card because I knew nobody would pick this. This is a legitimate thing that I was actually informed by my coworker at work. We looked it up. It's a serious thing that's been going on for the past couple years, and it is catfish wrestling at the fair. I'm not even kidding. This is a legitimate thing. You're in a swimming pool looking. First of all, I don't know how the PETA people or the Pro Animal Lives
bump those guys.
I don't know how they haven't got a hold of this yet. Maybe they didn't know. It's in the boons of Kentucky, but it's at a fair, so it counts. I also think it's going to look funny on our social media post. But I'm locking in the catfish wrestling.
I like it.
So basically, your time to just wrestle. Like noodling. It's kind of like that. You gotta get a hold of this thing and pick it up. I think, and you're timed on it. So catfish wrestling is mine.
All right. Nice.
A little bit of a wild card.
All right, my wild card wrapping up. Something we've already talked about today, and I think it is one of the main attractions at going to a fair. It's the constant fear in the back of your mind that anything that you're riding is going to break at any point. And then every single person that you look at that's working the rides, you're like, that guy just put this ride together and I'm getting on it right now. And for some reason, there's thousands of people trusting this person to put together this ride that I'm getting on that almost will just for sure break down by the end of tonight. So I don't know how it's going to look on the graphic, but I think my draft is pretty tough anyway. So constant anxiety at things, at possibly dying.
Putting your life in the hands of a carny.
Yeah. You truly think about any other scenario where you see that person that's controlling anything and you being like, yeah, this is a thing that I think is okay.
Yeah, that guy definitely doesn't have a mechanical engineering degree, but we'll let him do it anyway. And it can only happen at the fair. Anywhere else,
there's no
not.
way it's happening. And it's just
Guys,
like a funny thing. You walk past people and you're like, and you just look up at the ride and you're like, they're gonna like in a couple days they're gonna pack this up and throw it on a truck and they're gonna drive it to the next city and they're just gonna set this thing up in 20 minutes and then people are gonna ride it again.
So quick story time, because I know we're running out of time. Me and my brother, when we were younger, shout out to Matthias, we were on we were on this car ride. He'll probably remember this. And basically we had the steering wheel, both him and I, and we're just like, basically it's a car that's going in a circle that's on this thing that goes up and down. So you're just going in a circle. And the steering wheel came off and there's oil everywhere, and we got the steering wheel, and we're both basically like crying as there's oil and the steering wheel came off, and it's a funny thing. I feel like almost every ride there breaks down at least a couple times at each stop that they're at. It's wild.
100%.
So I like 100%. That one. It's gonna look funny on the graphic, but I love it. Anxiety of dying, is that what we're going with? Fear of dying?
Yeah, it could be. Imminent danger.
Love it.
That's going to be it for our show today. Great show. Love the fair. Hopefully we will all end up at the fair in the next couple of weeks as it comes through town and stuff like that. You heard on Friday we had our weekend preview. Football season is close, so check out this Friday, another weekend preview show coming up. We are on socials. We will have this draft there. Please vote for them. They're fun. We get to make fun of each other whenever we do bad. So go there. Also, if you have any thoughts on the icy versus snow cone drink debate, let us know. That's crazy. We want to hear.
Not the first time this has happened to us
on that one. Other than that, we hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.